Hi everyone. Wanting to share a practice of compassion. And this share is something that I practice um, a lot, and it's something that it's taken me. Well, it's hard to say how long it's taken me, but years at least to get to the point where it's not something that it's conscious. And I'm prefacing this practice and sharing this because it helps me tremendously in relationship with others. If you're a highly sensitive person and very sensitive to other people's feelings and what's going on for them, this practice will be like gold for you. And even if you're not as sensitive, practicing compassion and learning to live through compassion for yourself, it just calms you down and gives you an opportunity to be more open and really understood. When we're able to meet ourselves and understand our own experience, it just makes us that much more available in the world and in our lives, and especially in close relationships. So when we practice compassion and live our lives through that experience, we can show up more in our truth. So very simple, and does require a little bit of effort, of course. So the organic nature of this is what I love about it the most. What is available for you and what is present for you? Let's start there. What do you notice right now as I'm talking to you? What do you notice? Do you feel scared? Do you feel open? Do you feel confused? What are you noticing? How does your body feel? Do you feel stiff? Do you feel tense? Are your eyes tired? Are you thirsty? All these things are you meeting yourself where you're at. And to remind you, and I think we've explored this if you're familiar with my Instagram, Paul David Life, or Facebook, sit with the same address. We've talked about compassion. We've explored that there. And just to remind you, if you haven't been there, when I speak of compassion, I mean with suffering, with our suffering, to be with our suffering. Come meaning with, passion meaning suffering. So being with our suffering, and that's just being human being. We are dealing with a lot, mostly all the time, consciously, unconsciously. And so compassion invites us to be present and see ourselves, be with ourselves, and understand ourselves as much as we can. Okay, as we've explored what's present, now let's take this to another level. So I'm wanting you to visualize, and your eyes can be closed or open. I'm going to keep mine open. I'm wanting you to visualize or feelize, if that works for you. Feel an experience that you do frequently, whether that could be washing dishes or getting dressed, playing with your children, walking the dog. One thing that I love to do is ride my motorcycle. And as you sort of relive the feeling of that, or visualize yourself doing that, or both, be with what you are experiencing from an emotional perspective. If there's some feelings present, if there's some sensations in your body, do you notice any sensations in your body? What's present for you as you explore this experience with me right now? What's showing up for you? And it may be helpful to take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale with a sigh out through your mouth. That may help to open you up more if you're having a hard time connecting to an experience. And just settling into what's there. Sometimes when we do this practice of compassion, our bodies start to communicate a lot. And our body's language is very different than the way I'm communicating. Sometimes there may be some words in there when we connect to something. So for example, if I'm feeling some tightness in my chest, and I go there may be some words that show up like, slow down, calm down, what are you so worked up about? So there may be some words there, but it may just be that the feelings, the sensations that I'm experiencing or that you're experiencing is the words, is the language. And that when we listen and connect and acknowledge ourselves in that way, that our body's like, okay, I'm seen. Whew, I'm seen. Wow, thank God he sees me. And everything calms down. And then something else may come up. And so the body is communicating what's going on. And the body is a living library. It remembers every single event that we have ever experienced. And sometimes moving into an experience, especially when we become really present with something that we enjoy, sometimes we can move through some old stuff. The more that we move into things that we enjoy, the more we let go of things that have served us in some way, and we let go of them. And this is the practice. This is the practice. Another level of this practice is with movement. So if you bring your arms up out to the sides, bring them up overhead, bring them down, and then if you breathe them up and exhale them down. And you just allow yourself to breathe like that as you're inhaling, as you're raising your arms, and exhaling, lowering your arms. This does help to expand our heart energy and our consciousness. It helps us to become more aware of our sensations and our body's communication. Bringing ourselves more into the moment, more into our experience. The more we are in our experience, the more we're better to meet ourselves and all the things that are going on for us in the moment. And our body is pretty much talking to us nonstop. Sometimes it's a little bit more expressive, especially when we're not paying attention. And sometimes it's just showing us that we are paying attention, and it's just so at ease and so relaxed. Sometimes when we're experiencing something that's joyful and inspiring, we're like, woo, amped up and ready to go and got goosebumps. And so there's this relationship that we have. There's this sort of like this dance that we have, and our body is always supporting us unconditionally, helping us have a bookmark of all the things that we are experiencing. So moving our bodies and embracing the experience, moving through the experience, a beautiful form of compassion, a beautiful practice. One more aspect of this. So I'm going to back up a little bit just so that you can see my arms, my body a little bit more, my torso a little bit more. So I've shown you this with breathing. So now I just want you to practice feeling your feet on the ground, and you can see I'm kind of swaying front to back. So my weight is going to my toes and then back to my heels. So you can do this with your breath. So breathing in as you rock back to your heels, nice and slow, and then exhaling as you go forward to your toes. And so you can gradually expand the rock, like if you were in a standing rocking chair. This is a very soothing exercise, and it also helps to settle in. Rocking, gentle shaking, helps us to settle in to our bodies and create more connection, more awareness. And again, as we get more connected, we can have more of an experience with ourselves and get to know ourselves and understand ourselves a little bit more. So this gentle rocking is something that I enjoy a lot. And it can be very subtle. You can see I'm rocking quite a bit right now, but it can be just something that can be barely noticeable. I'm barely rocking right now. So play with that. Allow yourselves to feel and meet yourselves where you're at, and practice embodying compassion. It's a beautiful thing, and all the possibilities that emerge with better understanding of yourselves. Allow yourself to see what happens. So much love, so many blessings. Thank you.